About 40 years ago, I got involved in martial arts at the Taekwondo Plus Nautilus Center over on Pass Road in Gulfport. I was always intrigued by martial arts, big Bruce Lee fan, and decided, let me try it myself. And of course, they taught Taekwondo, which is a Korean style. Well, this gentleman here, my very first teacher, Master Joe Calhoun, and it's so good to see you.
You too.
And that was a long time ago.
It was a New York minute.
It was a New York minute back in 1985 is when they got it started back then. And now you've been here teaching on the coast for 40 years.
Since, 1984. I actually started my training in 1977. And I got certified in, I believe, 1979, 1980, so I've been teaching since then. And got the call to come here in Gulfport in 1984, and I've been here ever since, and great decision. What
made you want to get into martial arts?
I was pretty shy, individual. I mean, I had my first introduction to martial arts in 1969 in Shelby, North Carolina. And I still remember the smell of that uniform and tying on that white belt and some of the cool behavior of the instructor. Then we moved around a lot, and I didn't really have the opportunity to start training again in Mobile, Alabama in 1977. And just confidence, physical fitness, and it was something I wanted to finish. I'd started as a white belt, and that center closed, and I said, I need to get back to it, and because I like to finish what I start.
Well, I remember whenever I trained with you back in the mid-'80s, my first white belt as well, and you trained me hard enough that I entered a competition over in New Orleans on the West Bank and actually won first place in forms.
That was a while back.
That was been a while back. Definitely has. But as time went by, of course, I moved away from here for a while and then came back in 2000. Well, about 5-6 years ago, I decided, let me get back into it again, which I did. And of course, Master Calhoun had opened, has this center now here on Pass Road in Gulfport, just on the east side of the neighborhood Walmart. Tiger Rock is what it's called now. And I came in here and started training and worked out with him for 2 years and finally earned my black belt. So very proud of that.
It's always good to come back and finish what we start, and we try to teach that to our children. It's a law of the harvest. So whatever you put in, typically that's what you get out. And we continue to try to get people choose a path they want to take and commit to it, and then grow as an individual and distinguish themselves as martial artists, and then they can transform the people around them and promote the art and promote being a better person in your community and yourself as well.
How does it make you feel to see someone, as myself, reach that accomplishment and get that black belt rank? I mean, even starting out, small children. I've seen some small children. You've got different size classes, and they train hard. And the great thing about it is if you have a small child, he makes it fun for them. They get rewarded. They have games and things like that. Dodgeball is always a favorite.
Yeah, they seem to like that. But we try to incorporate discipline and hard work with social skills, and it's always good to see students complete their journey, and they don't always have to stop at black belt. I used to get upset when people would stop, and my wife reminded me that even though it's a lifetime for me, typically it's just a season in a life for most people. And if I can affect them in a good way, then I've done my job. And I constantly get calls from students. Recently I had one who just finished the Coast Guard Academy. He's going to be a swimmer.
Nice.
And I just had a recent email from a student who was a black belt, and he's the youngest certified commercial pilot, one of the youngest to fly heavies. So it's nice to hear, messages from those people. And I have people walk in the door, Mr. Calhoun, you remember me? And it jogs my memory, and it's always wonderful to see those people.
I remember when I started taking it back in '85, after 6 months of just taking it, I had so many people come up to me and say, Jim, you seem a lot calmer. A lot more settled in your way. Things don't bother you like that. And it's what it does. I mean, it gives you a sense of peace. It really does.
And people who are quick to anger, it always ends bad for them. So the martial arts training helps adults relieve stress. It helps children express their energies in a formalized way instead of in a bad way in the schools and in public. So we want to teach that and get that message across. It's not just about kicking and punching, it's about changing your lifestyle and transforming yourself. And it's certainly, with God's help and grace, has allowed me to be successful just from the discipline and the attitude of just not giving up. You fall down. I know it's a cliche, but you dust yourself off, you get up. Don't whine too much. A little, but not too much. And then keep on going. And it'll be all right. You know, I've gone through a lot of stuff, and I've watched students go through several things and watched you come back and complete your training. So it's always good to see that. And that's what's so rewarding after 47 years now. I still train 4 to 5 times a week, and training in Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu, and then seeing students that we've taught become successful. You know, like I have a student now, Cameron Davis, who was a student of JR's, who was a student of mine, and now he has his own Jiu-Jitsu business, and JR Hensley's been successful, and just a lot of students throughout our family, Tiger Rock family, which has about over 100 schools across the country now.
Wow.
And we're getting ready to have our national tournament this week, and I just checked, I'm going to have over 2,000 competitors. So
that's awesome.
Everything seems to be doing well. Maybe you can come back and we'll get you into the next one. So this is one of the things that our students have to do over and over again because it creates a reflex, but these are our formal exercises. And I still train 4 to 5 times a week. We're always students first, and we have all of our students practice these over and over again until it becomes a reflex. So we're going to have Jim demonstrate. We have several things that our students have to practice, and one of them is board breaking. And all that does is demonstrate your ability to penetrate a target. Since we can't really go around beating each other up, we have targets.
Well, we feel like it sometimes.
Right. So we have targets for them to practice on, and heavy bags and targets in order to practice martial arts in a very safe and efficient manner.
Master Calhoun, always a pleasure.
Hey. We'll be waiting for you to get back here pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
No excuses.
Want some more information? Go online, go to the Facebook page, Tiger Rock Martial Arts on Pass Road in Gulfport.